gaming, NFTs, and metaverse. Those were really big buzzwords in 2021 after the DeFi summer, and big categories that made a lot of people crazy rich in a very short amount of time. Fast forward 2024, we're just coming out of the harshest bear markets in crypto history. And these categories of gaming, metaverse, NFTs are very, very cold right now. But in my view, that's the best time to position yourself, to do your homework. And today we're going to be looking into the biggest NFT, gaming, and metaverse plays in the Cosmos ecosystem. If we look at a broader benchmark, we're seeing now projects like Immutable X, IMX, right, which is a gaming project that focuses on the gaming sector that has been climbing up the rankings silently over the past couple weeks and months. Now in the top 40 with a fully diluted valuation of $4 billion US. And that's just one of these projects, right? If we look at the Sandbox is still a top 70 cryptocurrency, and at the peak of the 2021 bull run had a valuation of $6.5 billion US. We're also seeing Axie Infinity, probably the most well-known game that got global attention really, really fast, probably one of the fastest growing applications in all crypto, even went above $10 billion in November of 2021 in market cap. And that's not even fully diluted market cap that is showing up here, right? This is just based on the circulating. So if we look at the numbers here, the fully diluted was actually 20 billion or even higher. So with this, I just want to show you that there are gaming coins and kind of NFT metaverse projects that are going to, that have survived the bear market and are going to come back for the next bull run. They're preparing right now for exactly that. If we look at OpenSea numbers, this gives you a good indication of where we stand right now in the whole NFT gaming metaverse kind of segment. More so obviously about NFTs when we talk about OpenSea, but you can see OpenSea cumulative revenue since they launched nearly $1 billion US. And at the current trajectory, they're making 42 million in annualized revenue. Their cumulative volume, 37.5 billion, right? So this industry is just getting started. This sector of NFTs is just getting warmed up, right? It just went through its very first hype phase here from July 2021 until May or April of 2022. This is where Terra collapsed and all these kind of things happened. So NFTs were heavily affected by just this global disinterest and drying out of liquidity and pulling out of money out of the crypto space in generally. And you can really tell it here, right? By these graphics and by these stats. So we are right now at, back at the 2021 lows before this major run happened. And this was, when the tide was much lower. So my assumption is that right now we're just seeing the calm before the storm. So the question is now, if you think NFTs, gaming, metaverse is gonna have its second summer, its new wave of interest, capital coming in, flooding into this sector, then you need to position yourself today, right, where it's very, very boring and least talked about. So we're gonna be looking right now into a couple of projects in Cosmos that are doing exactly that. That are in that field of decentralized marketplaces, NFT marketplaces, media, NFTs, gaming, and metaverse. Starting with Omniflix. And Omniflix is an L1 app chain for decentralized media, which contains a lot of things. So that contains also their own NFT marketplace, that contains also their creator studio, and also Flix TV, which is a decentralized video and streaming service where you can also upload interactive videos, which we've done in the past with content around Cosmoverse and even Cryptocito. But you're going to see also a lot more Cryptocito content showing up on Flix TV right here, which is fully decentralized. And of course, their NFT marketplace, which you can also find here. There's a lot of cool collections. I actually also launched a collection at the very, very beginning, way before all of this was as it is today, called the Cito badges, which was for loyal subscribers and viewers of the Cryptocito YouTube channel and followers on Twitter. We actually played around with that a long time ago. Free to mint NFTs, or basically airdropped to a combination of Cito delegators, viewers of the channel, and also subscribers on Twitter. We haven't like fully done anything with this yet, but I already saw some people hit me up about it. So maybe we're gonna revive that. Maybe we're gonna do something cool with the Cito badges moving forward. But Omniflix really is the first project here. A very, very strong team. I've been working with them for the past 2 years because they also do all the production at Cosmoverse. They do all the visuals, the animations, the transitions, the whole production. There's literally people from their team sitting at the AV desk during the conference, making sure everything runs smooth, slides are up, and all these kind of things. So I know the team. I've been working with them for a long, long time. They're extremely, extremely committed, passionate, one of the most hardcore builders and workers in the Cosmos ecosystem and in all crypto, to be honest. I keep saying this. So Flix, definitely one that you want to have in your portfolio. I think this is one of the best plays. And there's also a brand new coin, right? And everything that's new in Cosmos, I think, is going to fly. Now, you can stake your Flix tokens. You can stake at a 112% APR, which I think is very appealing to some of you. You can stake with Cryptocito, but we are currently ranked 1. So to support decentralization, I would actually recommend you to delegate to other validators here. I see Strangelove is down here. You can delegate to kind of lower ranks, Cosmos Spaces as well. You should delegate to them. Consensus One. There's a lot of great validators down the rankings to support decentralization. But much appreciated everybody who delegated to Cryptocito here. And finally, Omniflix also has a product called StreamSwap that they have built, and they launched it actually on Osmosis. But this is a community-driven token launch. So basically, if you're a new project, you launch a new coin, you can set up a pool on StreamSwap, and then you can set your kind of duration on how long that pool should be live, and then people can stream funds to that pool, and it will pretty much dollar cost average over that period of time. But yeah, this is StreamSwap. They also have big features coming up there, so keep an eye also on StreamSwap. We look at the price, 22 cents right now. The total supply is actually 1 billion for that coin. So that implies a $220 million fully diluted valuation. But they have a lot of things cooking, as always. They have the 2-year anniversary coming up very, very shortly, which means that they are most likely going to announce stuff, right? You know how it is when there's anniversaries, celebrations, and there's a 2-year mainnet anniversary. The token launch only happened much later after that. But yeah, there might or might not be announcements. They also have V2 coming along the lines with smart contract capabilities. They have a lot of partnerships they did also in India, because the team is based out of India. So they partnered with Disney in India and a lot of other companies. They also have close ties to a lot of the kind of Web2 media landscape. So Flix is definitely one to put in your watch list and to also hold in your portfolio, in my personal opinion. You might actually just get it into your portfolio by claiming an airdrop, right? So they have this ongoing airdrop. You might have seen it here. I think it was here, the Flix drop. You can just click here on Explore, and then you will see if you're eligible for this Flix drop. If you connect your wallet, it will automatically show you if you're eligible. And then you have only until January 9th, so until Tuesday, to claim. Next up, we have Stargaze, which is also an NFT project. The NFT project, the OG NFT project in Cosmos. Actually, I think alongside Omniflix, those two are the real OGs when it comes to NFTs in Cosmos. Stargaze launched much sooner. They launched mainnet sometime in 2021, late 2021 or early 2022. And yeah, they have the iconic Bad Kids NFT collection on their home base. If we look at the token, the STARS token at 4.2 cents right now. When it launched, obviously, it went nuts to 83, 84 cents, all-time high, 83.7. Absolutely crazy. So that implies a multi-billion-dollar market cap for Stargaze. And now it's only at 100 million, right? So can this go back to this is based on circulating? Can this go back to the highs? Obviously now there are a lot more coins in circulation. But yes, I personally think that this can go back to reach a multi-billion-dollar market cap, right? And even if it hits a billion-dollar market cap, right, that's roughly a 10x from here, 42 cents. But I think it can go much, much higher than that, right? I showed you the numbers earlier about OpenSea. I mean, Stargaze is also one of the only coins and projects that accrues real on-chain revenue. Next up, we have one of the newest kids on the Cosmos block, at least perceived, because they just recently launched and are probably one of the least talked about on this list today. But Passage, I've been in touch with the team since 2021, so that's nearly 3 years. Similar with the Flix team and the Stargaze team, I've been knowing them since 3 years and working with them a lot on content stuff, on Cosmoverse, obviously, and just learned so much from these guys, right? The Passage team, I think they really joined Cosmos in 2021. So they got into it organically through Akash network, actually, because they've been doing this kind of building virtual worlds and trying to figure out ways how to replace Zoom. So that was the original idea. And then they stumbled upon Akash network in 2021. So that's how they got into Cosmos. And now they're like fully in Cosmos, right? And they have these partnerships with Royce, with Strange Clan, which is their game that they have built. Also with Chihuahua, they're building the Huahuaverse. The hub, they have a lot more things and more creators here. But what it actually is, it is the metaverse play in Cosmos. In crypto language, if you bet on metaverse as a narrative for 2024, 2025, maybe, if Mark Zuckerberg gets back to shilling it left and right with Meta, I mean, he renamed his company. Like this narrative is not going away. Like you can't ignore this narrative, right? And I think metaverse, there is one project in Cosmos right now that is going to be the market leader by far, because they've been building this for 3 years now, and that is Passage, right? So you can build worlds, virtual worlds, and I've been in this world multiple times. It is absolutely insane what they're building here. You can basically, like, you remember like in Sims where you could build your own house, your own place, your own space. You can do that on Passage. I'm thinking to build my own world there. We also have a Telegram group called Yapcito, because their slogan is Yap. So whenever you see people from Passage or Strange Clan, they always say YAWP, Yap, left and right in the chat boxes. I'm sure also under this video people are going to comment on this. So there is a strong community. They have these unique positioning, and they're just killing it with developing and building this thing, right? Now, what I also really love about Passage is that they don't think of attacking or taking market shares away from other crypto projects, right? What they are focused on more is to replace Zoom and to replace the traditional rails in how people connect online. So this is what Passage is all about. They understand truly two things. Number one, it's not coin A versus coin B, so they don't care about like crypto competition. Obviously, I think they look at those things and see how they can position themselves, but they don't try to create friction and to kind of kill their competitors in crypto, right? They understand the game is not coin one against coin two. The game is against TradFi and the traditional rails, right? And that's really what they want to disrupt. So they want to be perceived as competitors to Zoom and Google Meets and not other crypto projects, right? That's number one. And number two is they also don't want to sell people on the technology, right? They want to sell people. That's why if you go on their website, you see it's highly visual. It doesn't mention a lot about we're built using the Cosmos SDK and we're IBC enabled, right? It's build a world for your game, for your music, for your community, and so on and so forth. It's really focused on the product. And that's how they get people into those worlds. You're going to see a lot of big announcements coming up very, very soon about the amount of people that are whitelisted, about partners, creators. Now the Passage token is already live. It's currently at 20 cents, and it has a similar fully diluted valuation as Stargaze, but only half of the market cap, 55 million only. That's also because the coin just recently launched. It's brand new. It was a bit choppy at the start. There was also very low liquidity. But now in the past couple of days, especially, you can see that it broke out here in late December from this 3 cent range. Before that, it was below a cent even, right, for quite some time, or around 1 cent for a very long time. So you had a lot of time to pick this up very, very cheap. Now, a 10x later almost, I think it's still cheap, but I think now a lot more people are aware and see the potential of this. So this is slowly starting to price in. And I don't think that there's a lot of time left to join that train before it departs. Now, how do you stake your passage tokens? You can do that on ping.hub/passage/staking. And you can see here the list of validators. We are, of course, represented here as well with Cryptocito. And this time we're not in the top 5 or something like that. We're ranked 12 here, and there is a total of 100 validators. So you can delegate to us, much appreciated, or you delegate also here to a lower ranked validator. There's plenty of them down here as well. Unbundling time 21 days. Inflation right now is 8.32%. And I think you can also delegate here through restake, which gives you between 18 and 19% APY. This is an automated yield compounding tool that you can use. You can also use evmos, which is actually the one that I'm using. And yeah, I think here it also shows you how much is the projected APY. It's currently 19%. This is where you can stake. And I think this is also probably one to kind of like just let it run, right? Because I think this narrative, like when it comes back, when Metaverse pops again, and it's on everyone's screen and everyone's radar, I think Passage is going to fly. And I showed you earlier some of the evaluations that Sandbox, Axie, and all these projects achieved. Think that Passage is an L1, right? Stargaze, Omniflix, Passage, they're all L1 blockchains. And they have much more utility for their token, much more sovereignty, customizability, and now 3 years later, also much better products, right? So yeah, this is huge. And I think with the Strange Clan also, which is their game, that is also going to be a big hit, right? Because there isn't really a game in Cosmos yet. Now, I want to leave you with 2 things. Number 1, Saga.xyz. This is going to be the gaming hub of Cosmos that implements shared security, parallel execution, a lot of features on a tech stack. So this is more of an infra project, whereas Stargaze, Omniflix, and Passage are more like actual app chains. I think Saga is more an app chain for providing the infrastructure for the gaming ecosystem, which could reach much higher valuations, of course, because that's actually what secures the whole ecosystem in gaming. You can get a glimpse of some of the projects that are in building on Saga, right? A lot of games, because Saga, again, is optimized for the gaming industry. They also have a lot of partnerships and integrations with Polygon, with Celestia, with Avalanche. So I think there's going to be a lot of like interoperable solutions also for that. And also they have their ongoing kind of airdrop, right? Which they just announced. There's no action to be taken from you right now. Also be very careful with fake links promising you an airdrop checker or a claim portal. This is not live yet, right? So they just announced their eligibility criteria. I made a video about this as well recently. So check this out. Lastly, I want to give you one bonus project that has been around for a long time, Bitsong, OG Cosmos project as well. They have never like gained substantial traction the way Stargaze did, for example. They also have a very, 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 very low valuation, micro cap in that sense. I think it's just a few $1 million. But they're focused on music NFTs, right? So that's like a specific sector within this whole NFT sector, which is for artists, fans, managers, and labels. The BTSG token is fueling all that. And if we look up BTSG here on CoinGecko, ranked 1,910, $2.3 million market cap. This is micro cap, right? 2.6 million fully diluted. This is tiny market cap. So yeah, definitely also want to maybe put on your watch list and to stay on track, right? And see what are some of the developments here. And I think also if they manage to onboard some artists and you know, musicians, I think that will be cool. But yeah, other than that, I think this is a very, very high risk play if you know, want to speculate on a coin. Even for us as validators with Cryptocito, we recently shut down our validator because it's just not sustainable for us. It has not been sustainable for us during the bear market, and we just have to reallocate our resources, and our team is quite small for the amount of validators we are running. But yeah, Bitsong definitely one that you know you should put on your watch list and keep a close eye on to see where it's going. Now the question is, where and how can you actually buy all these coins, right? Because one thing that they all have in common as well is no centralized exchange listings, right? Flix, Stars, Passage. There are a few exchange listings here and there, but not really, right? So I recommend the gateway for Cosmos liquidity, which is Osmosis. You can find most of these coins here, right? You have, obviously you have Stars here, you have Flix here, you have also Passage here, and you even have BTSG here. Saga is gonna be here, but it's not here yet because it's not live. So you can just swap here. Or you can also just use, because I think here it's always tricky for people that are new to Cosmos also to deposit and withdraw through IBC from these different chains, right? Because if you want to stake Passage, you have to basically buy Passage here, withdraw it, and then you have to stake it. Whereas you can also use one of these aggregators and kind of pushing IBC to the back end platforms such as ibc.fun from the Skip protocol. So you can say, I want to swap my Atom, which I have on a Cosmos Hub, for Passage, which I have want to then stake. And beware here, there's 2 passages, but you want to choose Passage 2 here. Then you can, you know, swap here 10 Atom for Passage. It will give you a price. There's obviously also slippage involved, but it's just one transaction, no IBC back and forth. You can just do it in one go. There's also TVM that you can use, TFM. Sorry, I was messed it up. But yeah, you can also use TFM here to do the same, or you can use Squid Router, which is tapping into Axelar primarily, and you can do the same here as well, right? I'm personally, I don't know which one is better. I think it's just also like UX. I don't know which side you like better. I've used all 3 of them. And I like all 3 of them. But yeah, this is really what it is. I want to leave you with that. Metaverse, NFTs, gaming is going to come back. It's going to be big. It will have its time, right? It's not going away. And especially when the ETF goes through, Bitcoin halving goes through, we'll see new all-time highs for Bitcoin and Ethereum, kind of like this infrastructure ecosystem, you know, shared security, Celestia, data availability. There is going to be a gaming season. There is going to be a metaverse season. And that's where you want to be fully exposed already. And you don't want to chase those narratives. You want to front run the narrative. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe and be good.